draw your attention to the disinvestment number. Air India, very tough disinvestment. Sincere compliments it has gone through. The divestment process in India has changed now. It's no longer selling via ETF. It is no longer selling dribs and drabs or pseudo disinvestment. Has the divestment process in India changed? And can I use, instead of divestment, it should be privatization now?
Why hadn't I said this in the budget last year?
It's just that it's now getting endorsed.
Yes. I used the word privatization in the last budget, and I was grateful to the media which received it very well, because those of you who do business channels do understand what it actually means. And no, the process is on. We are going ahead with it. There is no change. But it is a truth that the systems in the government do consume a lot of time in complying with the existing rules. Air India was a classic case, a complex case, a layered case, where we had to do all the necessary tying up and be accountable. I think others would be less consuming of time, so it should go as per plan which was announced last year in the budget.
The indications what we've gone is LIC IPO will hit the market very soon. Will LIC IPO hit the market with a 5-10% stake, and will the government stake stay there? Because in some of the other government listings like Coal India NTPCs, in subsequent years, the stake has come down. What are your thoughts there?
Well, at this stage where, the red heading prospectus is likely to be announced, it wouldn't be good for me to comment or speculate on it. Just wait for the document to be out. You'll know about LIC. But as I said, our approach is what we have announced in the budget of last year. We continue with it. Through this budget, I've wanted to provide the continuity, the stability, and a predictable course for everybody, saying that's what has been announced, it will continue.
The Revenue Secretary today mentioned the names: BPCL, Shipping Corporation, Container Corporation, Concor. So I'm assuming that
all that which was mentioned earlier as cleared by the cabinet already.
Okay. But rather than looking at a number and comparing that with whether the number is big or small, I think it's important for our viewers to understand that what is the roadmap on disinvestment and privatization. You've extended this point in the past that government only wants to be in the critical businesses.
Yes,
you
that
would be
core sector definition has been given. Again, in the last year's budget, we defined what was those absolute critical strategic sectors, and in that, whilst opening it up for private sector, we said in it we will keep at least a bare minimum of public sector units in that category. So if I were to look at banking, obviously banks.
Yes.
I will have certain number of banks government owned. Similarly, even in the insurance sector, general insurance, life insurance, insurance underwriters, there are categories. Under each one of them, we will have to keep some core. It's not as if therefore private, like the way some of the opposition speaks. It's not that. Core sector, the strategy was announced last year's budget. In those sectors, there will be public sector undertaking, continuing to be with the government under each category.
So 65,000 crore, the number, I'm going back to that number, is just a moving number then, because the whole attempt to the whole mantra of government of minimum government and maximum governance, it ties beautifully with the privatization process. So next 3 years, many things may happen.
Yes. How much can you do within a year is also the question. That is why I'm saying, don't forget, from the last year's budget, we are doing this continuously. So each year, something or the other will have to happen.
Are you being conservative, Madam Minister? Are you keeping cushions purposely on the assumption side for tax collection? Also,
no, I'm being realistic, I would say.
But that could also be a view of economy, Madam Minister, because if you are assuming a conservative growth in taxes, that ties in with your view on the economy.
It ties with the view that I have to be fair about the numbers I give.
Okay.
It ties